Hello friends, my name is Olga. I'm a mature medical student from Ukraine and currently I am a refugee. But anyway, I want to tell you important news, important victories of Ukraine. First of all, I want to congratulate all Ukrainians and people who supported Ukraine with the victory on Eurovision. It is very important, it is very nice, and I'm very happy, and I think most of Ukrainians are happy because it's very hard time for them, and such a support is very important. So I want to say thank you to everybody who voted for Ukraine, who supported Ukraine in that way. And of course, we understand that a year before this victory, we should make this contest in our country, in Ukraine, on its territory, and we have military actions, so it is very important that we received another victory. But I want to tell you about it is victory near Kharkiv. Yesterday or these days, the American Institute of Study of War officially told that Ukrainians won the battle for Kharkiv. Kharkiv, it is the second largest city in Ukraine. It is by population, it is very important scientific center and famous by different plants, factories, and it's more like a brains of Ukraine. But anyway, I'm very happy that it's returned to under Ukrainian control. I mean that it was under Ukrainian control, but the Kharkiv region near Russia, near a Russian border, was under control of Russians, and they tried all this time to surround Kharkiv and destroy it like they did with Mariupol. And it was very unpleasant situation, very hard for everyone, very stressful. But now Ukrainian forces this week, they returned one by one each village, each town near Kharkiv, and cleaned the territory and made Russian army step back closer to the border. And on some direction they are already on the border, on some direction there's still some 10 kilometers to border, and then that is the position of Russian army now on the Kharkiv direction. So Kharkiv officially now is like a city that will breathe more freely, more deeply, and of course it is very there is a lot of destructions, and there are some dangers still. I think it's not completely like will be happy, peaceful this nearest future for Kharkiv. It should be restored. There is a lot of work to do. And also, if we are talking about Eurovision on the territory of Ukraine, I think that if it will happen on the territory, of course, it cannot be eastern or southern part. I think that most of contests of these concerts of Eurovision will be in western Ukrainian cities, in Kiev, but not, of course, maybe in Kharkiv. I don't know. But of course, we have such a situation that we have already still 1 year, and maybe for this year the situation will be very different, and so this contest will also be held in Kharkiv too. It is possible. And I hope that, and I wish that Kharkiv could participate in this celebration of music, of this such an interesting contest for everybody. And another victory I want to tell you about, it is Bilohorivka. It is on Donbass direction. Our army, thanks to the systems of Elon Musk that give to us, to our army, they watched the activity of Russian units. They tried to make a pontoonous bridge, and it on the river Seversky Donets, and use it for moving machinery, equipment, soldiers. And thanks to that systems, I told, thanks to Elon Musk systems, Starlink, our army saw this activity, and they used applied the terroristic systems and bombers and destroyed Russians there. They tried to make another Pontoneos bridge to return, to escape, but our army didn't let them do that, and so it was very a significant victory for Ukrainian army and opposite situation for Russians. Now I want to tell you also more about the goals of Russian army. The primary goal of Putin, he wanted to capture whole Ukraine, except maybe some small part of western Ukraine, because according to the history, as he likes history very much this last years, he thought that western Ukraine, it's not something connected to USSR. It's something connected more to East, to Poland, to Hungary, to Slovakia, to Romania, and he decided that he will capture whole Ukraine, except that Western Ukraine, that could be for used like territories, additional territories for those countries, and he even offered to Poland to take the Western Ukraine, as some in the history we had such time when Western Ukraine, some part of Western Ukraine was under control of Poland. But Poland, of course, refused, because actually we not savages now, and we cannot do this war and this instability in Europe. No one needs that, because of course if it would be happened, Ukrainians will never give up, and there will be also, some partisans movement, and it will be not good, not a peaceful situation, even in that case. But of course, it was like pink dreams of Putin, so he didn't capture Kiev, he didn't capture Ukraine. Other less huge, less big dream, and his goal was to capture at least left part of Ukraine, because it's Ukraine divided on two parts, east, left and right, by the huge river Dnieper, and the left part is closer to Russia, so he's decided at least to capture this part. Then nothing happens. He understands that he cannot capture Kiev, Polisia. Polisia, it is northern region that includes Sumy, Chernihiv, Kiev, and other northern regions that borders with Belarus and Poland. So he pull out the forces and concentrate on the Donbass, on the eastern and southern direction, to capture all that south and east of Ukraine, and to capture also the whole Luhansk and Donetsk regions, because these regions, they captured Russians still only some parts of them, but not in administrative borders. So there was his less essential goal, and he didn't achieve the result. He didn't capture Mykolaiv, he didn't capture Odessa. So all south and whole dreams to create so-called Novorossiya was failed. So the even smaller goal now, the last months for him, was to capture at least the Luhansk and Donetsk region in its administrative border. And now, on this moment, they have even smaller goal to capture Luhansk region, not Donetsk region, but Luhansk region, and capture it totally, and to get to administrative borders, because Donetsk region, controlled by Russians, maybe on not on the half, maybe a little bit more than the half percent, and the other half of Donetsk is controlled by Ukrainian army, and there's now hot fights. It is a place where Russian concentrated a lot of their forces because they need at least some victory, but they cannot do it. And now the tiniest goal they have to capture fully, totally this Lugansk region. Lugansk region is controlled by Russians on 19%, maybe, maybe 10 or 15% controlled by, or 20, no, maybe less than 20% controlled by Ukrainian army. And almost all Luhansk region controlled by Russians, because it is the most eastern Ukrainian part. It is the closest region to Russia, and it was captured almost all, but not all Luhansk region still can be controlled by Russian army. And so their task now just to capture, to get this 10% and to show it like a victory. They also wanted to capture Mariupol, but Mariupol didn't give up, and the soldiers there, they fight. There's a lot of wounded people, a lot of people who needs help, a lot of soldiers that need help. But anyway, they even up to 9th of May, they didn't capture Mariupol, so actually they didn't get any essential victory. Maybe the victory they have, they captured the city Kherson, but on the opinion of military experts, it happened in first days because for some reason Ukrainian army was not present there. Or present, but not enough. So Russians, they just walked and occupied Kherson without fights. So it wasn't like their victory or something. It was because of some failure of logistic, maybe, I don't know, of Ukrainian army at that time, because maybe they had not enough resources or powers to defend all territory of Ukraine, and they concentrated on Kiev, on Kharkiv, but Kherson was not enough protected. So we also cannot say that it was Russian victory. But anyway, now the situation changed, and you see that Ukrainians, they as I told you, received the victory on the Kharkiv direction. Kharkiv, nearest towns and cities controlled by Ukrainians. It is very good, it is very important. And also we had before victories near Kherson, and also people, they waited for this Kherson also will be returned to Ukraine. But maybe now the main attack, assault of Ukrainian army concentrated near Kharkiv and near Kherson. That attack of Ukrainians these weeks became slower. I don't know for what reasons, because maybe they concentrated more on the fight for Zmiyny Island near Odessa, as Odessa was under missile attacks last weeks. So maybe because of that, the main accents and fights was not concentrated on Kherson direction. That is all I wanted to say to you for today. Of course, I'm not a military expert. I have no any attitude to this military science and art. But anyway, for these months, I got a lot of knowledges. I'm listening a lot of experts, I'm reading a lot of military articles, and now I'm trying to tell you. Try to make it professionally as in that level I can. I hope that this information was interesting for you, was very important, and thank you once again for supporting Ukraine for this victory, because it's thanks to other people, other countries who voted for Ukraine. So it is also the sign of huge support of Western world. And thank you so much, and see you next time. Bye.